All right, so welcome everybody to the Daily Intimacy this morning. It's Tuesday, July 14th, and so happy to be here with all of you and to have Tara as our guest this morning. So exciting. I really honestly, I know I feel like I say this every week, but it's true. I've had the most extraordinary people come and spend time with us on Tuesday mornings for the last, I need to count how many sort of sessions or episodes I've done, but it's been a lot now. And it's been since March anyway. So anyway, I feel blessed. Blessed to know the people I know, blessed for all the yeses and generosity, and blessed from all the open hearts that show up in this space, including my own. So if you're here for the first time, welcome. Please say hello in the chat. Please let us know where you are dialing in from, and love to hear how you're feeling this morning. Always a great opportunity to check in. This is about intimacy, about connection with yourself and connection in this community. So I'm just scrolling a bit, so I'm looking around to see who's here. And now we will move into our, good morning, Simone. Sleepy out of 7. Thank you for checking in. We'll move into our morning centering practice. So I invite everybody, wherever you are, to be comfortable, whether you're sitting or standing, and have a nice deep breath into the belly. And an exhale. And then I invite you to gently close your eyes. And another deep breath in through the nose this time. Allow the belly to expand, just a slow, gentle expansion and filling. And then exhale. It's nice to exhale through the mouth only because I think it assists us in letting go a little more deeply. So a couple of times breathing in and out on your own. And I invite you this morning to tune in to your senses a little more deeply. You're going to awaken the senses. So notice if you feel anything on your skin to begin with, any breeze through a window, just the air in your space. Bring your attention to the air. It reminds me of what my guru says, which is we always see the plane in the skies, but we don't often see just the sky. So how can we tune into the air around us? Especially if there's not a breeze. If there's a breeze, it's a little easier. But just notice what you feel on your arms, at your back, maybe down your legs. And then turn your attention to the sense of smell. Notice if there's anything obvious in your space. Maybe something you just cooked for breakfast or made for breakfast. Maybe not, and it's much more subtle than that. But see when you turn the dial up on that sense that you do notice something in the air. And we'll turn your attention to sound. Again, like it becomes background noise and you don't notice it. I'm hearing very subtle rustling of leaves. When I really tune in, I hear traffic on the road. I now hear something in the sky. Things I wouldn't necessarily notice if I weren't tuned in and listening. And then turn your attention inward. and notice what's happening inside this morning. Perhaps at a deeper level, there's a feeling in there, or a whisper of a voice with a message. Just information for you today. And then bring your attention outside again and notice a sense of touch. So maybe your arms are resting somewhere, you're sitting on a chair or on a couch. Just feel that connection between your body and the place you're sitting. And the last piece is to sense the energy around you, outside of your physical body. It's your energy field. And in this space, we're connecting with the energy fields of everybody who's here. So just see if you notice anything. You might not. Sometimes you do. I would say often or always you do, but you don't really notice that you are. Some people will say, oh, I don't feel energy, I don't notice anything. I would say that you are, but you're not, your brain isn't labeling it as such. Good, and then a nice deep breath from root to crown, up the front and back of your body, all the way up. And then exhale. And gently open your eyes and come on back. And today I want to welcome and introduce and embrace you in a big air hug, Tara Nieves Green. I love you so much. I'm so glad you're here.
I love you too, Robyn.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm going to let you introduce yourself and dive right in because I want to get into the extraordinary share and offering that you have for us today.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. It is such an honor and a joy to be here today sharing with you breathwork. And that word breathwork can mean so many things to so many different people. And today, because we have about 45 minutes, I'm going to take a little bit of time to introduce you and introduce myself to you and tell you my story. And then I'd like to dive right into the experiential, like to really have you experience the full capacity of your breath and give you tips on how to access that. So normally a breathwork workshop, if we were to do the full thing, would take about 2.5 hours. So I'm going to give you an abbreviated version just to give you a little nibble, a little taste. Okay. So I have been doing breathwork now since 2003. And I originally was doing breathwork in person. All my breathwork sessions, people had often asked me to go virtual, and I was like, no way. I like to be in there. I like to have my hands on people and really help them find the breath. And then when COVID hit, it was like, okay, time to go virtual. And so as I tune in to the virtual platform, I'm still, finding my way. But I am pleasantly surprised with how well it translates doing this style of breathwork. So I've been doing breathwork for 18 years. I also do all sorts of energy healing. And I have a center called the Green Tara Wellness Center in Plymouth, which is a team of practitioners that bridge the traditional wellness. So we have psychotherapists and counselors to more non-traditional alternative, where we have the breath work and flower essence and health coaching and energy work. So that's my home where I do my work. And now my home is worldwide because we have a virtual platform. So the style of breath work that I teach is an emotional release technique. So we often have breath work in yoga. We have breath work in our Tai Chi. We have breath work in our meditation. This particular type is very therapeutic. And so it has one particular rhythm that we repeat over and over again. And with this particular rhythm, we are doing a diaphragmatic breath that's all open mouth. A raise of hands. How many people have heard that you're supposed to breathe through your nose only? Only breathe through your nose. Okay. All right, I want to address this right now. Yes, the research shows that breathing through your nose is beneficial and keeps you healthy. And so I recommend that you work with breathing through your nose in your day-to-day life. This particular technique, however, we're doing open mouth breath. We drop the jaw open. We allow the jaw to unleash or unlock. It allows the heart to open, it allows the diaphragm to open, and it allows the pelvis to open. So in doing this, when we unlock the jaw and we open here, we allow the breath to reach all the way down into the pelvis in a very free way. And we get the breath moving in a rhythmic fashion that helps to build up the chi, the prana, the energy in the body. And the reason we want to do this is because throughout life, every time that we experience some sort of stress, or every time we try to manage our emotions by holding the breath, the energy of those experiences lodge into the body. And so when we bring the chi in, when we bring the breath in, the prana in, and we circulate it through the body, those places where we're holding the density basically are brought back to life and cleared out. And so we have these heavy emotions of grief or different traumas, fear. And so when we bring this high vibrational breath in and the high vibration hits those spots, they start to wake up, clear out, and then we consciously make the choice to bring that energy throughout our body and really allow it to flow through. So during this brief session today, we're going to have you tune into the way you breathe and get to know your breath pattern and find out where in your body you're holding things. Each person holds tension in their being. Each person has a unique place that they hold tension. I found that people even hold it in their toes, in their hips, in their pelvic floor, in their diaphragm, in their shoulder blades. I mean, it's all over. And some people have multiple places they hold it. So today we're going to tune into where it is that we have a little bit of tension. We're going to bring the breath there and allow the breath to work its magic. Yeah, so right now I encourage everyone to take a nice deep breath. And go ahead and play around with breathing in through the mouth. Allow the jaw to drop open and just see how that feels. Good, good, good. Breathing in through the mouth and out through the mouth. And let those yawns come. I saw some yawns. This is beautiful. The body has a way of releasing tension, and that's through the yawn. So if you notice that your body's yawning, go ahead and exaggerate those yawns and allow the breath to really move through, really move through. And what we're going to find is that as we do this, we'll become more aware. And as we have the breath moving through the body, sometimes emotions come to the surface. So you may notice that you have some tears coming, or you may notice that you have some laughter coming. If you have held on and suppressed your joy, you might notice that coming to the surface. You may notice energy as we circulate the breath. You may notice energy moving throughout the body, tingling in different places. So we're going to circulate the breath in just a moment. I'm going to put on a little bit of music and I'm going to have you circulate your breath through your body, and you're in charge of the throttle. So as the faster and fuller you go, the more you're going to experience the energy in your body. And the slower and the steadier you go, the more calming it's going to be. So you get to choose what you want to get out of this session today. You get to choose. So faster and fuller, you're going to get more energized. There's going to be more energy coming through. Slower and steadier, it's going to be more calming and more peaceful. So how many people during the pandemic have noticed that their anxiety or their fear is heightened? Okay, and how many people, if you're not experiencing that, how many people have noticed the people around you are experiencing that? Right. So Robyn was talking about how we are one and we're connected, and so we are doing our work. If you're here on this call today, there's the good chance that you have practices in place that help you navigate your emotions. And when we have the whole world around us experiencing this great level of fear, it requires that we do this work more consistently and create a daily practice of really allowing ourselves to breathe fully, clear out the energies that the energy of fear and anger, and the energy of love and trust. Okay. Good. I see Laura's getting ready. So if you are able to lie down and get cozy, I don't know if you can see Laura in your screen. She's ready to go. You can do this seated. You can do it lying down. Whatever's most comfortable for you. Yeah, Robyn, is there anything that I have missed that you'd like me to share? Because you and I have done this work together before.
No, I think that sounds good. I was wondering about the music. Do you want, are you going to share through your computer? Should I make you the host, or can you screen share?
Let me see if I can screen share here. Hold on a second.
Okay.
I think we've got it. Yeah, I think it's gonna work. Let me
Awesome.
I'll do a test song right now.
Okay, that'd be great. Excited to have music.
Yeah, I love this. I love being able to do this through the computer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How's that sound? Good. I'm going to keep the volume here so you can adjust. You can adjust the volume on your own computer. So this is what it's going to be at. So if you want it louder,
maybe just a little softer.
Okay.
It's louder on our end than it is on your end.
Okay. How's that?
And I know you want it loud for this particular kind of breath work, so.
Yes. How's that?
Good.
Okay. Sweet. So we've got the music all set. Let me come back to you guys. All right. So before we get started, I want everyone to, I assume people know this, but what I'm finding is not necessarily. I'm biased because I do this for a living. So what I would love for people to do right now is put your pinky on your belly button. Doesn't matter which hand. Pinky on your belly button. Okay. And then spread your hand out like this and allow your thumb to go up. If it hits your sternum, drop down just a little bit. Everybody's, depending on how long your torso is. You want to have your hand placed firmly on your abdomen. Okay? And when you breathe in, and then place your other hand up on your heart chakra. When you breathe in, you want to feel that breath all the way down into your pelvis. So your bottom hand on your belly will rise. The breath comes in, you'll feel it in your pelvis, and then I want you to float the breath up the torso, expanding the torso, your rib cage, behind your heart. And you can play around with this, doing this with open mouth. And if that feels uncomfortable to you, or if you prefer nose, you can do it that way too. I encourage everyone to experiment at least 10 breaths with that open mouth, because it helps us clear out old stuff. It makes it easier to get the junk out of the trunk. So open mouth. Feel the breath into the pelvis, feel it float up the spine, expand the scapula behind the heart, and then drop it out. And that exhale, we're just simply dropping the exhale. Breathing it in, Dropping the exhale. Breathing it in. Dropping the exhale. And I'd like you to tune in and notice if the lower hand is moving first or if the upper hand is moving first. Is the hand on your belly moving first? If it is, that means you're diaphragmatically breathing. When we diaphragmatically breathe, it activates the parasympathetic, the rest and the restore. If you notice that you're breathing with the upper chest muscles, go ahead and put more pressure with that hand on your belly and really invite your body to breathe into the lower half first. And let that exhale fall as if you're just dropping it. You're not placing it down. You're not throwing it down. You're just dropping it. Good. And tuning into your body. If you notice that you are becoming anxious or uncomfortable, I invite you to slow it down. Breathe in and out your nose, gently. If not, continue using that open mouth breath and let's get the breath circulated. I'm going to start us with about 10 full breaths and then I'm going to put the music on and have you guys experience this. Okay, so here's the 10 full breaths. It's circular, it's rhythmic, there's no pauses. That's it, really feeling it in the pelvis, feeling it in the low back. Veronica, really tuning into your low back, sweetheart. Go ahead and breathe right into that low back. Good, good. Laura Mayer, I'm going to have you scoot your other hand a little lower. Good, put it right over your belly button. Put it right over your belly button. Yeah, yes, perfect. Yes, and just put a little pressure there below your belly button. Just I'm noticing in your breath pattern. I'm tuning in. For the people I can see, I'll give you some feedback. Yeah, thank you for adjusting. Perfect. Beautiful. Here comes the music. That's it, really feeling the fullness, feel the expansion in that lower half of the body. Breathing into the hips. Letting that exhale drop right out. Beautiful breath into the belly, Margaret. That's it. Oh, yeah. And if it feels right to you, go ahead and make a few sounds. Let that tension leave the body through your voice. Oh. Oh, I love the giggles. Let the laughter come. Wiggle and shake your body. And come back to the circular breath. That's it, Robyn. I love how Robyn's massaging her jaw, letting the jaw drop wide open. That's it, Neil. Beautiful. Linda, I invite you to drop that jaw open and just feel as if you're seeing the most beautiful sunset ever. Oh yeah, good movement, Mitchell. Beautiful. Laura Mare, I invite you to roll your head from side to side to help relieve the tension. Listening to your body. Good, and keep that breath circulating. Feel the fullness, and go ahead and do 10 breaths, circular, rhythmic, without any pauses. Just feel the fullness of the breath in and out of the mouth. Feeling the jaw wide open as if you've just seen the most beautiful sunset. Feeling the breath into the low back. Feel it coming up the spine, separating the scapula and floating up into the heart. And remember that you are in charge of the throttle. Faster and fuller moves more energy. Slower and steadier calms the nervous system. Really feeling the body expand with the breath. Susan, I invite you to place a hand over your heart. Really feel the breath come right up there. Listening to your body, honoring your body if it wants to move while you breathe. Mitchell, imagine you can breathe into your hip bones. That's it. Imagine you can breathe into your thighs, into your feet. The whole body breathes. That's it, April. Moving that head to side, loosening the muscles in the neck. April, side to side. I invite everyone to allow your body to dance and breathe. Dance and breathe. And if your baby lets you hold them right in and have them breathe with you. Let them feel your belly. Yeah. Oh, beautiful family breathing. Invite you to shift to nose breathing. Slowing the breath down. And begin to find the breath coming in and out of the nose. If your body's yawning, go ahead and exaggerate those yawns. Beautiful. And finding the nose breath. Slowing it way down. We're coming in for our landing. Bringing your hands back to your low belly this time. One to the heart, one to the low belly below the belly button. And breathe in and out the nose. Yeah. Good, good. And now we're going to listen. Hold on a moment. Now we're going to listen to what the body wants to tell us. And so we breathe in the nose and out the nose. And at the bottom of that exhale, when the body's empty, hang out there. Hang out in that stillness, in that emptiness. Experience the quiet within. And then when your body nudges you, and it will, your body will nudge you to take the next breath and breathe in your nose, breathe out your nose, and hang out in the quiet. Tune in to the energy in your body. Listen to the inner wisdom. I invite you to close your eyes if that feels right to you. Welcome any emotions that want to come to the surface. Honor them. Thank them, for they are a gift. Welcome to take a nice deep breath in and sigh it out. Nice deep breath in. Sigh it out and give a gentle movement to the body. Beautiful. Right back in again. Excellent. And if your eyes aren't open already, I invite you to open them. Become aware of the room around you. That's it. Go ahead and let your body wake up. Little movements. And when you're ready, if you're not seated, you can go ahead and move back to your seated position. Good. Yes. Laura has her puppy facilitator there. I love that. Beautiful. And the families. Hello, welcome back, everybody. So it's very common to feel a little lightheaded right now, a little tingly. I'm actually very curious. Robyn, I would love to hear from people if you want to facilitate the sharing piece. So I invite people to share. We'll take a few people and have them share their experience and ask any questions. This would be a great time to do that.
Great. Yeah. So we'll do that in a couple ways. One is just a word or two in the chat for those of you that are just like, that's the best. And we'll start with one person sharing by unmuting. Just put me in the chat and then we'll unmute you. And just take your time. Yeah. So let's hear from Marcy. And for the rest of you, anybody that wants to put, a lot got moved. So whatever, a word or two in the chat. Lovely. And Marcy, let's hear from you.
I had a very interesting experience because let me preface it by saying that I had a past life regression vision at one point where I had been lying against a glacier with the aurora borealis right behind me. And I went into the death process, and that's where I left this earth. And as I was going through the breathing, I found myself back there again. But the whole vision started with a little polar bear cub, and his face was right on my lap. And I was just stroking his head. And then I was, dressed in my Eskimo garb and just initiating my own process, and it was amazing.
Wow.
That sounds beautiful.
It was beautiful. But so interesting was that I was using the breath to take me into the higher consciousness so that I could just leave my body. And it was really beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that beauty with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Who else would like to share? Just put me in the chat. Or a question. If you have a question, put me in the chat. You can ask Tara directly. Let's hear from you, Avril. That'd be great.
Oh, hi. Good morning, everyone. For me, it was really useful because I feel like I've had some stored up, holding on to some things, and it was good to kind of like to start to move that a little bit. And yeah, it's a great tool that I know I'll use more frequently. And I know I need to do more breath work, and I haven't been doing it. And it does work, and it works for me. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Avril. It's an awesome part of a daily practice.
Yes,
yeah, I love to do it 3 minutes before a meditation. Just get the energy activated, and then my meditation, I go much more deeply. Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Mhm. Huh, I hadn't thought about doing that. That's a good idea. Yeah, I've got some comments in the chat, Tara. I don't know
Okay,
if you...
let me take a look. Yeah. Ah,
Mm,
beautiful. I love the energy. A lot of energetic and grief clearing. This is beautiful. And you may have more tears come up during the day. So know that just that short 20 minutes of breath can start moving things. So be gentle with yourself and drink lots of water, and just tune in. You may notice that there's some old stuff that is coming to the surface to be honored and processed and integrated. Yeah. And I also noticed Mitchell was saying that he noticed that the belly and the chest rise at the same time. Awesome. We just want to make sure that breath gets into the pelvis.
mm,
Yeah, that it starts there, or you can do both at the same time. But the whole torso it finds the expansion. We want that breath and into the pelvis, really helping us ground and be fully in our bodies. Yeah.
mm.
Okay.
Laura, body was tingling. She wanted to move even more, but was a little inhibited. Yeah, wanted to rub myself all over while moving. Did a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Neil says, I'm one of those people who body doesn't recognize energy, but this breath work was one of the most comfortable energy exercises I've ever done.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And yeah, I've heard that a lot, that people that say that they don't normally recognize the energy, that this technique really helps them find it and experience it fully. Yeah. And then I also noticed someone that it brought you back to elementary school. Absolutely. It's amazing. Like even in this short period of time, but when we do the full session, like it's very common that we go back to experiences that we haven't thought of that in 30 years. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's our body stores so much from, if you believe in past lives, we sometimes bring things in from there, but also the birth experience, being in utero. People have some really amazing memories from being in utero or from their birth experience. I mean, it goes all the way back. So yeah, I encourage people, when you go back to those childhood experiences, to grab your journal and start writing and seeing if there's anything else that wants to come through to be processed. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Mm,
That was incredible. My jaw was tight and now it's loose, which is really nice.
I love it. I love it. And it was such a joy. Robyn, I'm sorry, Robyn. I was reading one post and you're talking, so I apologize. Robyn, I love how, as we bring the breath in and the nervous system shifts into that parasympathetic state, everything starts, any place you're holding tension starts to soften. Yeah. So people notice that their chronic pain disappears after several sessions, or when they have an injury, they breathe into it this way. If you've injured yourself ever, how many people you go, oh, I just stubbed my toe, and you lock your jaw, right? And so after a breath session, you stub your toe and you go, ah, ah, oh, ah. We don't want to hold that stuff in. We don't want to hold that injury or that pain in the body, because it prevents us from activating the body's innate ability to heal itself. Yeah, so when we breathe this way, it gives us that opportunity to clear the tension. Yeah. All right, I'm looking to see. Yeah, and is it Veronique? Is that how you say your name? Okay. I love seeing your babies dancing and breathing and moving and all your tapping. It was such a delight to witness. Thank you so much. I love when the children get involved and they know how to breathe. I've done breath work with families, and the kids, the little ones, they don't need much. They don't need much. They know how to. They know how to move. They know how to move the energy. See a 3-year-old when they don't get their way, they know how to move emotion. They do not hold it in. We need to bring about our 3-year-old a little more often.
You're right about that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Oh, so great, Tara. Ugh. I
Thank you
wonder if
so
you could
much.
share what you've been doing. I know I'm going to send out a little piece on you, but you've been doing these group breathworks twice a week, I think. And I did a private session with Tara a month ago or 2 months ago now, and it was incredible. It's so powerful to have that full hour and a half or however long it was. You sort of lose track of time and space, but anyway, it's powerful, and it's such a valuable tool for moving energy and releasing and coming back to a sense of peace and joy. You know, it's hard to access joy when we're all crunched up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. Yes.
so yeah,
So,
can you share something? I know I'm going to send it out, but why don't you share what you've been doing?
sure, sure. So if you go to my website, breathawakening.com, on the header, you will see an invitation for a free mini session. I encourage people to sign up. You get a taste of what it's like to do, to be one-on-one. I take a look at how you breathe and give you pointers there. And it's the prerequisite for the workshops that I do. And so I have a workshop most Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. And I do, through the summer, I'm doing one Saturday at 10 a.m. a month. And so also on my website, you can join the mailing list and you'll get regular updates of the virtual workshops that are happening. And I am so excited for 2021, and I'm crossing my fingers that we can go back to in person. And we'll be doing, I have events, retreats, that kind of thing, where we do immersion with breathwork. So we have the individual sessions that are anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours. Those are individual private full sessions. Right now it's on sliding scale due to the pandemic and a lot of people not being able to have full-time work. So please take advantage of that, that offering. There's information on my website about that. So we have individual sessions, we have the group sessions, and yeah, that's the best. The mini session is the best way to get started.
Yeah, the mini session is like the entry point.
Yeah, the mini session is the entry point. It's free. It's just an opportunity for us to connect and see if this is the path, the tool for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that helps you guide to like what's the best avenue to explore.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Whether the group, for some people, group breath work is perfect. And then for others, especially people who have extreme anxiety or mental health diagnoses or trauma.
Like yeah. But also just like that one-on-one attention, you know.
True.
Like I mostly did breath work one-on-one for a long time. It took a while for me to feel safe enough to do it in a group.
Yeah. Yes, yes. I was the same way, Robyn. And also, if you're an empath and you pick up on other people's things, or you're a caregiver, if you're in a group, you're hearing everybody else and you're like, what's happening for that person? Or you're feeling everybody else's stuff. It doesn't matter if it's virtual or not. When we come into this community together, we can sense each other's energies. And so if you're an empath, I recommend one-on-one in the beginning so you know what's yours and what's not.
Yeah, good point.
Yes, yes.
Well, thank you.
So much. Yeah, thank you so much for having me here, and I love your community. Did I see someone waving a hand? Oh, okay.
Giving you a blessing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah. So I didn't have my brain screwed on 100% maybe at the end last week. Next week is Hillary Lake, and I talked about embodied racism. And that's going to be next week. It's going to be really amazing as well, really powerful. So I invite, I know I'll see most of you next Tuesday at 9 a.m., but also feel free to spread the word. It'd be really nice to have more people to share this with, totally an awesome space, I think. And it would be great to have more people join us. So feel free to bring a friend, share the link that I send out. And I'll just answer one question. The dates on the website are from last month. Is there another way to sign up? I think that, that's for you, Tara.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I just came back from Maine. I was unplugged for 2 weeks, and I'm just finally getting back in the groove. I will update those right now. Thank you.
Yeah, good. Great. And also just feel free, she can reach out to you directly to schedule the 15
Yes.
minutes. Yeah, great.
Awesome.
Good. Yes. So thank you everybody for being here today. And I look forward to seeing you next week. And I will unmute. Maybe how will I be able to unmute everybody so we can just say goodbye and send love and blessings. And Tara, thank you so much.
My pleasure. So thank you so much. And I love the beautiful community that you've brought together. Just beautiful, beautiful souls. Thank you.
Everybody have a
Thank
blessed
you.
day.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You're welcome. See you next week.
Amy, okay. I'm seeing Amy's message here. Where is she?
Nice.
Yeah.